30 years.
I hit him with the homeschool reps.
30 years.
Oh, come on in. Come on in, like it's the opening. Yeah, there we go. Like it's the opening. This is the opening, dude.
Oh no. 30 years.
No.
Jamie Lynn, 30 years.
30 years.
Let's go.
Yeah, buddy. Stay low.
No.
We got them right here. Both of them. Quiet. Hey guys. Hey.
This board that we're looking at here is one of the first sublimation test runs that we ever did. So we were trying to translate my artwork into a board graphic, and we were not doing the best of job doing it in a regular screen printing process. So I think Mike Olson got a hold of Paul Schmidt, skateboarder, Schmidt 6. And they were doing Acme and Channel 1 graphics in this new sublimated version. So I think Mike Olson got a couple of test strips of 10-inch by 30-inch long skateboard size graphics, and he sonic welded them together in a way that he could make this board graphic to do a lamination test for sublimated board graphics. And Pete can correct me. You know, sometimes I just fabricate my own story just to kind of put a dialogue together. So I hope this sounds good, but in my mind, this is what happened. So I got this board, super stoked on it, rode it. For this board, I rode in, I believe it was Roadkill. And all of the Sugar Bowl footage.
I just got chills.
Was written on this board. So this board, other than regular top sheet graphics, the thickness of the material just felt like it was way damper, it rode better. Even though it was in my head, it was something that was tangible, that I felt and loved. I love this board, but it was the start of sublimated Lib Tech graphics as we know it. So that's why this board is not only special for me, but special for just the historical significance of the Lib Tech graphic program as it is today. Thank you.
Yeah, so just to give a little bit of like context to it, the octopus that's hanging on the wall right there was the very first year that a sublimated pro model was released, and that took Lib Tech from this brand that was screen printing just like everybody else to like literally blowing people's minds by the top sheet, and it really elevated our brand to the next level and was a huge part of our success.
That's why we're zero hazardous waste out in Squim, because we sublimate. All right, we got another fun board coming up. Does anyone have a question for Jamie? You can just pipe in at any time. All right, we got a fun board. Well, Jamie will tell us if it's fun.
How fun was this?
I'll tell you what, I'll tell you how fun this board was. This one is important because it kind of showcases where we were at snowboarding in the Northwest and in snowboarding in general. To be a snowboarder at that time in the mid to late 80s, you had to do contests. And contests were made up of the three disciplines of slalom, giant slalom, and halfpipe. So at the time, I was kind of a skateboarder, more freestyle oriented, not much of a ski racer or skier in general at all. But to be eligible for the overall champion for the Northwest Series, which was Idaho, Oregon, Montana, and Washington, you had to do giant slalom. Pete and Mike were definitely more freestyle, but they loved to carve. And they loved the feeling that a snowboard translated to you when you were able to hold a solid edge and do a pure carve on the best groomer you could ever ask for. That's where I think this board was born. It's called the Asbestos Comp. It's a handmade snowboard, and I think there's only, what, Pete, 3?
Epoxy, and we laminated that top, and
This is a symmetrical slalom race board. This thing is a weapon. This thing was a killing machine and allowed me to excel in disciplines that I didn't think I could even, make a dent in. But if you look real closely, down at the bottom here,
Nice tail. Biscuits. Sick.
there's a little subliminal picture of Grandma making biscuits.
Grandma making biscuits.
And I don't know where this came from, but Pete could probably fill in.
Biscuits. Yeah, I love biscuits.
Biscuits are awesome. Who doesn't love biscuits?
My grandpa had.
But
He couldn't eat biscuits at the dinner table until he could spell biscuit.
yeah, that could take some time. I still wouldn't eat. This graphic, just the way that it is, always blew my mind. But this right here was like the icing on the cake. This right here is what the board was for me made for.
I don't know how to use it.
Hold the black thing down.
I think you just talk right into it.
Does it work? Is that working?
Yeah, just be loud.
Well, that one, the thing that's, I hand built that one one-off. That was a one-off. I don't know where the biscuit lady came from. But what was special about that was during Jamie's time, carving was as important as freestyle, and we were skaters. We grew up skiing, but we were skaters, and we wanted soft boots and freestyle to win. And Jamie helped kill what that board is all about, and made freestyle because he was so sick with the power skate-minded freestyle and his methods and his cabs and all that. He is directly responsible for killing hard boots and racing.
That is added. I was racing with soft bindings and soft boots on this. Hard boots were rarely part of my program. But hey, I want to take the opportunity while I'm up here and I have you guys as audience. There's some people I'd really like to thank. One is Paul Farrell and Randy Brother.
Yo, Randy, what up?
Those guys not only nurtured my love and passion for skateboarding with the Brother family, Ron, Rob, and Randy, and his whole family had a vert ramp in their backyard. I think I met Randy, I skated the ramp, and I didn't leave for probably 2 years. Thank you. A huge person in that community was the person that helped build the ramp, and that was Paul Farrell.
Pharaoh!
Paul, love you.
There he is.
You were a huge influence not only in skateboarding, but in punk rock music, and bringing that GNU Team Disco from Mike and Pete to that ramp house for me to strap in and just be introduced to what a snowboard was. That was the very seed that was planted. The Cummins family, Temple, Barrett, Cannon, Isla. Temple's mom and dad, Joe and Cheryl, started Northwest Snowboards with Matt Cummins. Matt Cummins, you're out there too, man. I can't tell you how much the Cummins family was instrumental in giving me the opportunity and the ability to get out and to travel, to see a horizon farther than what I grew up here in the Puget Sound area. They drove us to the contest, they gave us accommodation, they made sure we were up in the morning with Joe every morning saying, bone your board, boys. And we were up out of bed, getting stuff waxed up with Matt, and to the contest on time, doing the contest series, riding with Temple. We were the same age and the same, same category. Huge influence and inspiration. And as I went along, like when I was riding for GNU, I had the chance, Gwen Howitt, owner operator of Mount Baker, she was my team manager for GNU at the time. Gwen called me in and said, hey, Nitro is gonna cancel GNU. You can either go with these two guys, Mike and Pete, that really, they're just making boards out of their garage, or you can go with Nitro that really knows what they're doing. They're an established snowboard brand from Europe. They got their shit together. What are you gonna do? And I was just like, fuck. What would Matt Cummins do? What is Matt gonna do? And Matt was going with Mike and Pete, and I said, hey, there's no other choice. I'm gonna go with whatever Matt's doing. I'm on board 100%. Whatever they're doing. I didn't even know it was called Lib Technology. I didn't care. I just knew that Matt was all about it, and these guys were doing it, and that's all I needed to know. The rest is history. Matt, the Cummins family, thank you so much. Northwest Snowboards, man, I couldn't be here without you guys. And then Mike and Pete and all the Mervyn family. For me to be able to grow up with these guys from like, I was like a teenager in high school, 17, 18 years old, early 90s. I was a kid, and then I got a chance to get on this train with these guys that were going places with something that was a passion to me, that's something that I cared about so much in my life. These guys felt the same way. When we got together, we were on this unstoppable train that became something that was like larger than life, gave us the opportunity to grow and evolve. And now it's 30 years later, man. What an incredible ride, an incredible journey. Thank you, all you guys, for the support. Thank you, Tactics, for making this venue available to have us be a part of it here tonight. Love you guys. Thank you so much.
How to follow that, but so I hadn't heard that story about Matt and Jamie sticking. I didn't know why he stuck with us, but now I know. But for us, Jamie, we were working hard. We went through some hard times when that GNU thing ended, and we'd always had Lib Tech as a skateboard in the background, and we restarted with no money. We went out of business, and then Mike and I were sitting over by North Pacific, by Gasworks Park, sitting on the porch, looking at each other, going, "What are we going to do?" And Nitro had asked us to work for them, and they just hadn't paid us, and we were like, "We can't do that. That's not what we're about." And so we started Lib Tech with nothing. We paid the bank double. We paid the bank, all our suppliers.
Blow the budget.
We blew the budget. We paid our suppliers double for all the materials, and they supported us, and the bank gave us our tools back, and we just kept grinding, and that's what we've always been about, is just working hard and grinding. And then we were doing our thing, and Jamie was coming up and lifting, and we kind of made a name for ourselves, but we were just kind of local, and Jamie just blew it up and went. There was a time we couldn't get a picture running in Transworld or any of the mags, and we were begging. We were telling them about Jamie, and we're like, you're going to want to run photos of this kid, and they just wouldn't do it. And he finally just forced the issue, and then it blew up, and he blew up. We went from being just a local kind of whatever, like grunge music did. It went from local underground to global, out of control, and it was really on his shoulders. And he put us out there, and with his beautiful snowboarding that's still beautiful today. Yeah. And then along the way, I've learned so much from him. The one thing that he's done his whole life, and I didn't understand it when he was doing it, and I don't even know if he understands it, but he gives more than he takes. And he's always straightforward. He goes straight forward pretty fast most of the time. But he gives more than he takes, and he's done it all his life. And he stays true to who his friends are and what he's about. And for us, he's had a million opportunities to go other places and do other things, but he's stuck with us, and so it's been an amazing journey. It's been so. I mean, he's an amazing guy, and it's like he's one of our heroes. He's a friend, but he's really a hero when you see.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, he's done. He continues to deliver, and he gives us art. Sometimes it's early, he's the first one done. Sometimes he's the last one done, but it's always sick. And so, anyway, that's the biggest thing that I've learned, is that he gives more than he ever takes, and then he gets it back in a way. And so I try to do that in my life sometimes, but it's hard to do that. But he does it constantly, and so that, I don't know. And he's pretty damn sick snowball. All right, that's all I got to say right now. The other thing that I love about him is that I'm a skateboarder, and as he's gotten older, you know, some people fade away from skating, and he doesn't. He's down for 10,000 slams and more. And I love that he's retired to slamming. It's beautiful to me.
Slam dance, dude.
Thank you. Thank you.
That was really, means so much to me. And skateboarding has always been part of my life, and slamming has always been a part of my life. And if you're gonna continue to do it, you just got to get used to it. So as long as the bones will hold up, slams will keep coming. So hey, again, thank you guys so much for coming out tonight. You guys being here, supporting what we do, you guys make it possible. So thank you so much for y'all for coming out, bringing the community together, and that's what this is about. I think so much of the world and so much polarity being caused, and like whatever's happening, and like either pandemics or politics or all the bullshit that comes with those things. It's nice to have something pure like snowboarding, bringing the community together, bringing friends together, young and old, making new friends, and getting ready for an awesome season, man. Anytime we have this much snow in the mountains before Thanksgiving, it's always a great sign. So, I want you guys to go out there and have an awesome year. Be safe, but get crazy. And thank you for an incredible 30-year ride.
Yeah, buddy.
I grew up with these guys, and they've become my family, and you guys have become my family, and I really appreciate that opportunity, man. It's to follow a passion, to do something you love. We were talking about the other day when I was in high school, like, the old school academic point of view of like, if you weren't into team sports, if you weren't on track, soccer, football, whatever it was, then you just weren't accepted as like as a person in society that was credible. And my early years of high school, I was failing high school because I wasn't into like lifting weights in the gym class, and I didn't want to go and play, flag football and whatever it was. I just wasn't into a coach telling me where to do it and when to do it. It's not like I wasn't active or into like, physical, sports. I just skateboarded, and that was something for me. And it was something that I could challenge myself to do with my friends, but individually be creative and have a creative outlet with something that I love to do that was a passion. I found that in snowboarding. The people that failed me in high school, my junior and sophomore years, once they figured out what I was doing, and once I was able to articulate to them like, hey, I'm doing something that might not be an accepted academic sport in your guys' mentality, but it's something that I love to do, and I'm actually being able to further this, get outside of Auburn and get outside of Washington and travel to Europe and travel to Japan and go to places where I never would have dreamed of going, but it was because I really was following a passion, and that passion was supported by the people that are here tonight, and the people that failed me my junior and sophomore years, my senior year, they were my biggest supporters.
And I went on to get, you know, like academic awards for just snowboarding once I was able to express to them and help them understand what I was doing and the way that I was doing it. So there's a lot that you can overcome just by following your love and your passion and beliefs. So if anybody has that, stay true to yourself, stay true to what you love, and continue it because you're doing the right thing. I'm a great example of that. So thank you very much, you guys. I appreciate it.